All right, I'm next to have Cancer rising and Sun. This Jupiter, wow, this Gemini new moon is happening on June 6th, and this is going to be in your 12th house. This is an interesting new moon. I feel like it's very important for you guys in the sense that I think you're going to gain a lot of clarity as a result of this new moon. I also think that the clarity that you're going to gain is largely intuitive. I think a lot of it isn't, I mean, yeah, it'll be factual in the sense that this is a Gemini new moon, which is all about logic, reasoning, our mental faculties. But I also think that being in your 12th house of spirituality and divine connection, that I think many of you guys are going to get dreams or visions or meditations or instincts and feelings around what to do moving forward in your life. And that's going to be super important for you to listen into, to tune into. So this new moon is also important because it marks the halfway point in Venus's cycle, so the midway point that first started back in August of 2023 in Leo in your second house. So there's something in August likely related to money, self-worth, maybe even like your plan for how you're going to be successful or be stable. There's something going on in that area of your life back in August that is kind of coming to some milestone at this point in time, not full circle, not fully achieved, but there's some milestone or some level of like the next step happening at the time of this new moon. And so you guys might notice that you are coming into like more alignment right now. And that's really what I'm seeing with a lot of these cards that are coming through for you. So let me talk about the cards and then we'll discuss some of the astrology. So the first card that I have is the Two of Wands and then the Ten of Wands in reverse. So the Two of Wands is a card of planning. This is all about knowing where you're going and having like a daily schedule, a very clear plan or outline of how to get there. And so for this, I feel like there could be something in regards to career and finances where you've maybe had like dreams or ideas of things that you wish for, but there's something about it that you haven't fully solidified. That's one of the messages. There's a couple here. So if that doesn't resonate, just stick around. But some of you guys are in that wish land. And I think for many of you, it's about bringing that into reality. And this is really happening because this new moon is squaring Saturn in your ninth house. The ninth house is all about the future. And in this case with Saturn, planning the future. And so I think that that's where this energy is coming from with the two of Wands. It's making sure that we have like a realistic and defined idea of the steps it takes to get to where we're going to go, even if that evolves over time and we need to adapt. That is very likely because this is a Gemini new moon, but we still need to kind of understand where it is we're even trying to get to go and how we're going to try to get there. We have to have like some framework. That's one of the messages. Another is with the Ten of Wands in reverse. I feel like a lot of you guys, especially with the Sustainer card, have been doing a lot. Maybe you've been doing stuff for other people. The Sustainer card has to deal with people who are the caregivers, the people who, and this is very Cancer, the people who are taking care of everyone else and everything else, and they're keeping life like flowing, right? They're sustaining life around them, and it's often like a very thankless job. Think about like, caretaking for children. That's one of the jobs. That's a very big job that people have and that people don't really recognize as a job. They don't give that, you don't get paid for taking care of your kids, So there's something here with this Ten of Wands reverse and Sustainer where I feel like you guys have been trying to do everything yourself and maybe even do things for other people. And I feel like one of the recommendations here is to really see where you can lay down some of that burden. See if there's someone that you can delegate to or someone that you can ask for support from, but there's a sense of not having to do it all on your own. You can be able to sustain things, but maybe it could be more of a community effort. Maybe you could, it just depends. It depends. Like if you're doing everything, for example, like you're cleaning your house, you're mowing your lawn, you're taking the kids to school, you're packing lunches, you're, working, like there's got to be something that you can give to someone else. Like maybe you pay someone to cut the lawn, or maybe you just find ways to save time by having like bulk meals sent to you or something. There's this nature of like not having to carry everything, not feeling like you are the one responsible for everything, and having a plan for what matters for you to get your life moving forward. Because I feel like sometimes with this Cancer archetype, it's very possible that people can put their lives on hold for others. So it's like, okay, well, I just got to take care of my kids and then I can like do stuff for myself. But then by the time that the kids go to bed and you have an opportunity to do something for yourself, you're tired and you don't have the capacity to do it anymore. So there's something here where it's like someone else needs to alleviate some of the burden so that you can focus on the really true priorities. And that's what Venus on the sun is all about. It's getting very clear on what we value and what we need to prioritize. And in your case, especially when it comes to financial and career success for you, I feel like there's something about your life where you're not like totally living in accordance with your priorities and your values with this Temperance in reverse. Like maybe you've been spending excess money here or there, or maybe you've been putting a lot of time into this, but it doesn't get you money back. And that is a priority for you right now. So it's like really taking stock of your life and looking at where your time, money, and energy is going. And if you can put that into something that has more leverage long term, maybe not initially, but long term, because this is squaring Saturn. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some patience to unfold. But there's something really powerful here that's trying to build up for you financially. And that's not going to be possible if you're, again, focusing on like more immediate reactive things, taking care of things for everyone else when you need to be focusing on what really, really matters. The advice card that we have for you is she who sees, observe, perceive, and scrutinize. So this is what I want you to do with your schedule, with your time, with your budget, with your energy management. Like I want you to go and scrutinize the way that those are being managed and ask yourself, is this aligned with my true values and priorities right now and my long-term goals? And if it's not, how can I make adjustments and get help? One of the things that I really love about this with the cards that I pulled is the Sun card, because I really feel like the Two of Wands and the Sun together illuminates the path, and it shows you that there is hope, that there is faith, that you can absolutely have what you want. There are steps that you can take to get there, but you actually have to have the capacity to take those steps forward. And I think a lot of you guys are going to come into some kind of major achievement or some kind of career milestone or financial milestone or something that you've really wanted for a long time. I think you guys are going to come into that, maybe not at this new moon, because again, it's square Saturn, so there's some delay. But as a result of this Venus cycle and as a result of the changes that you're going to make at this Gemini new moon. So it's very important to be agile and adaptable and open-minded to how your schedule, your life can look. The 12th house is a lot about not only receiving downloads, but also about the things that we're willing to let go of. And sometimes we can get into self-sabotage cycles, but for Cancer, that's like, oh, I'll do everything for everyone else, and I don't have this time for myself and something that is important to me. So that can be like a self-sabotage thing for Cancer that could come up as a result of this new moon. Mercury and Jupiter are in Gemini in your 12th house. So again, I feel like you are getting a lot of guidance from spirit. And I think this is a very uplifting time if you are willing to align with what is really important for you. You have Mars and Chiron in Aries in your 10th house, squaring Pluto in your 8th. So there could be some reason as to why, like psychologically, you actually have been prioritizing other things beyond your primary goals. And that could be psychological. So there could be some inherent fears there, or like a more controlling nature. Like if I don't get it done, then like no one's going to do it as good as me, or maybe I'm not good enough. And that's a subconscious belief. And like, what if I don't try, then I'm not risking anything, right? So there's something here that needs to be transformed and go through some kind of energetic metamorphosis where the power of those emotions or those negative feelings can be used to channel into determination to succeed rather than as a fear for why you shouldn't start to begin with. I feel like that's been a message a lot for Cancer this last year, is like really getting things going for you guys. And so I really feel like this is a big milestone in terms of that, especially because again, this is the midpoint of Venus's cycle, which was trying to get you onto some kind of financial independence or some higher self-worth or developing some kind of skill, moving your career forward in some way. That started again at the beginning of August. So That is what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. I would love to hear your comments down below. If you want a reading from me, or if you want to join my email list so you don't miss a video like this, you can subscribe or check out the readings in the description box down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Share this with all of your friends and have a beautiful day. Bye.